Testing, testing. Hey, looks like I hit mute at some point. All right. Is that better, everybody? Extreme sound! There you go, the channel. Is that your extreme sound? There you go, buddy. Ready for some extreme alts? Extreme altcoins. That's what we're going to call this this particular cast. The Extreme Altcoin Cast. Yeah, guys, so look at that. Bitcoin's 5,000 came and gone. Bitcoin 6,000 came and gone. And we're pretty much dead in the middle of it. 5650 right now. So Bitcoin holding on pretty good up here. We're not getting too much of a sell-off after this particular fork. There is another fork coming up. Yeah, we're gonna look at XLM, VTC. We're gonna look at all those. There's a lot of really good looking coins. A lot of really good looking coins. But yeah, so Bitcoin fork came and gone. We have Bitcoin Gold somewhere, somehow, somewhere. I don't know. I'm assuming I'll get a little bit of it because I own Bitcoin. I don't know how that works, and well, I do. I just don't know if I'm available to get it yet. And then yeah, so it came and gone. We had a little bit of sell-off from 6,000 up here, although I think the actual fork was like right here. Just kind of, you know, not a big move down on it, but it did kind of start. You see a little bit of upward selling bars here indicating increased selling to the downside. Now we have decreasing volume bars, so they're just deciding if it's going to go higher or lower, and we're just along for the ride. But the altcoins are the story of the day, and with the Bitcoin sell-off came a pretty big move in altcoins, and I don't actually think that all of this is due to the Bitcoin sell-off, because we didn't tank this hard when Bitcoin like went up. We really didn't tank this hard. Maybe when we went up in here, we tanked pretty hard, but this is a pretty mild sell-off for us to get this much action. So I think there's some institutional accumulation at this point. I think everybody was just waiting for that Bitcoin fork to happen. So let's go through some of the charts here. Someone's already mentioned a few good ones. I want to mention something that I'm interested in that I can't buy right now because I don't have money in Bittrex or Bitfinex, which is IOTA. We've been pretty down on IOTA for quite a long time, if you guys recall. So here's the top on IOTA, and now we've come all the way back down here. Remember this big shakeout? Remember when the markets were just horrible, and IOTA went down to 30, was it 37? Yeah, 36, 37. Look at that. We went all the way down to this level, and we went down here 3-4 times. That's pretty crazy. And then now we're popping up, getting towards 50. 50 is proving to be a little bit of resistance, but look at the volume here in IOTA right here. Very good volume, very solid price action. Look at that tiny, tiny chart. There we go. So this is a W pattern. This is kind of a double bottom. W means winner. I'm not just making that up. That's kind of, this is not a legitimate chart pattern, but not a legitimate chart pattern, but it's just kind of something that I've noticed over the years, and other people have noticed as well. W tends to be a pretty good pattern. The actual buy would kind of be down here over the top of this W. Very similar to a double bottom, although it's not, because the right side is not equal to or a little lower than the left side. But overall, IOTA is looking very good here for longer term. I think this is fantastic. For shorter term trade, there could be some chop. Yeah, we're just going to go down the line here, guys. There's lots of really good looking charts. Lots of good looking charts. We're going to start with the big boys, kind of work our way top down. These are almost in market cap order, although there's been some change in the past couple of weeks. I do not have reflected, but Ethereum, really good volume here on this move up. Really good volume here. Really good volume here. That is big accumulation in Ethereum. They're just buying it and then testing to see what the market's doing. And right now, it's just kind of floundering about. I've been in Ethereum for quite some time, still continue to hold this position. So Ripple, a little bit of the same, but not really. We all know about that crazy news from the Swell conference. So Ripple on a big downdraft. Not huge move to the upside. I'm actually not going to touch Ripple for quite some time, just kind of due to the news out of the Swell conference there. All right, Litecoin. Yeah, William, sorry, buddy. You said you needed me last night. I've been extraordinarily busy, everybody, and I appreciate your patience and jumping on when you do see me come on. I've been extraordinarily busy, and I actually will continue to be extraordinarily busy. For the next month or so, I'll jump on as much as I can, and I'll do my videos as much as I can, especially in events like this when you see market shifts. You know, Bitcoin fork has ended. Now we're having a shift into altcoins. So I really felt the need to come on and make time for this, if nothing else. Okay, yeah. So Litecoin, yeah, not doing too much here. Nice little pop up, good volume there. See all these nice little volume pops on Litecoin, good accumulation. Guys, there's nothing wrong with Litecoin. It's not a very sexy coin though. It just kind of goes about its business, but yeah, Litecoin, everybody, Litecoin. We talked a little bit about IOTA. A little bit about IOTA here, just looking really good. I may have to shift some money back over into Bitfinex just to get some of this. Really, honestly, your good buy was right here on this little 3 can. I'm on the 4-hour chart here. If we zoom down to the 2-hour, it'll probably be even a little more apparent. Look at that nice little. I mean, this spikes up and it even consolidates really high up here. There's just a lot of demand for IOTA down at these levels. I think this is just fantastic price action. Look at that. Every big tail to the downside, everything closing here, up here. They really wanted this thing under 44. They got a bunch of it, and now they're just going for more. So 50 cents will be resistance. It's already proving to be so. But IOTA looking super. All right, XMR, Monero. Not looking too great here. Not my favorite. Yeah, let me do that. Yeah, not my favorite right here on Monero. The volume looking pretty good, but it, let's go back out to the 4-hour chart. I like to do when you have kind of market reversals, you really need a bigger term time frame, you know, 4-hour or daily chart. But you can see Monero here, not much volume right here. So Dash, a little bit of volume, holding up here really high, which is good. As you talked about, Dash is consolidating under this trend line, which like it did over here, and if it breaks it, could be off to the races again. Ethereum Classic. ZEN, yeah, we'll take a look at ZEN. Hey, what's up, Daniel? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, we'll look at Purecoin. I'm just kind of going down the list here, guys. Ethereum Classic. Most of these fork coins tend to be really not tradable. Almost, I don't want to say garbage, but they're kind of old technology. I almost feel like they're collectibles, you know, like they're old baseball cards. It feels good to say you have this card, but in 3 years, it's really not going to be worth much. Bitcoin Gold is going to be much of the same. Omisego looking very interesting down here. Very interesting down here. We just broke over this longer-term trend line in Omisego. We talked about it needing to consolidate, or the fact that it's been consolidating this large 2,500% move that it's had since its ICO. And yeah, so now we have kind of a big symmetrical, or not a symmetrical triangle, but a big triangle that we just broke out of right here. So this was tested once, 2, 3, 4 times. And now this trend line we broke to the upside. We're pulling down and retesting this trend line break. And we're holding so far. Volume is really good, and that's really good for Omisego. Omisego could be a go going forward. That's a lot of goes to say in one sentence. No pun intended, but that's just kind of how it ended up coming out of my mouth. All right, so where could Omisego go? Could go here, could go here, could go here. I mean, those are all price targets. Honestly, at this point in time, guys, I think if you take these really high quality coins, the guys with the large market cap, or even some of the platform coins, or some projects like Omisego that actually have some viability, this could be a potential entry for some potential long-term gains. So that's just kind of how I feel around here. That's kind of my opinion right now. But as we talked about Omisego jumping up over here, see this kind of top it put in, it didn't turn out to be anything. This looks eerily similar to this. You see that? So this is why we don't buy the first pop, and we wait for continuation out of these consolidation areas. So, yep, Neo is next. Alexander, Neo is next. So Neo is stuck in this channel right here, kind of stuck in this channel, and it's right in the middle of it. It has a nice consolidation. I actually bought on this breakout. It sold off into it, and I'm still holding Neo. I think the market overall here is very bullish, so I'm just going to hold on to this position for a while. It could put in some kind of a cup with a handle right here. Possibly, I would really enjoy that. Otherwise, I'll probably get out at about this level, 29.70 area, something like that will be my stop on this particular position. But yeah, I did buy it off of that because this is just a super little base. It broke out, and then it failed. It failed again. What can I say? You know, that's part of trading. Things don't always work out. Cutum. Cutum pisses me off. So yeah, I pretty much ignored Cutum and stripped them from my memory. When I get shaken out of a coin 4, 5, 6 times, I just get annoyed. And even though it's an interesting platform, I don't consider it a leading coin. This price action is not healthy. Just not healthy. Lisk, however, on the other hand, does have some pretty healthy price action. Everyone likes Lisk. Everyone's a little bit... Everyone likes Lisk. You guys were talking about Lisk all the way up here, and I was talking about it up here, waiting for the breakout. It never did. It broke down, consolidated, broke down, continued breaking down. Now we're seeing a bottoming pattern. You guys that have been with me for a while, unfortunately, I kind of came in the scene when the market was kind of topping, and then it crested and came down. So you can go back in my videos and kind of see how I approached that. Whoa, that was a... Sorry, I just tapped my touchpad and it did that. So you can kind of see how I approach tops in that fashion. You know, you give the market some leeway, but at some point you have to start taking money off the table. This is the opposite, okay? You give the market leeway on the downside, meaning that you don't buy bottoms, you don't take positions, but you see a change in behavior and you can start leveling in. You can start layering in. And Lisk, this is versus Bitcoin, Lisk Bitcoin. This is a really nice double bottom. I wish this was on the dollar and not on Bitcoin, to be honest with you, but look at the volume on the right side on Lisk here. This is very nice. You do have a little base here, kind of similar to what we had in, was it Neo? Yeah, Neo, the one that I got shaken out on. This one, however, is not shaking you out. It's going directly upward. I'm probably going to take a position in this. I have not yet. I kind of missed that breakout. But, yeah, this is looking extraordinarily good here. I really do like this chart. Okay. So Lisk US dollar, a little bit of a different story on the chart, but you still have the same volume on the right side. It does put in a flat bottom here, so we have a nice flat around this 4 or 5 level, $4.50 right here. Look at all this spikes down, then they come right back up. So this is good action right here. And even up here, you're still looking at like a 40-50% move in Lisk, which is a pretty quality platform coin. So that's good. Now I've got ADA up here. This is a little ICO that came out recently that I thought had an interesting pattern. I'm just kind of holding. I actually bought on this breakout. I've just been waiting it out because the market was kind of putting in the bottom, and the Bitcoin fork was coming up, so I just held on to it. I'm basically flat right now, but good little coin. Like this bull flag that's happening in it. Pretty nice bull flag. Waiting for the next leg up. Nothing crazy going on there. Stratus, however, looks like it's putting in a pretty nice bottom. Same W pattern, same double bottom that we just noticed in Lisk. So double bottom again. Good volume on the right side of the chart. Stratus could be looking really good here. Let's go to auto chart. Let's zoom out. I have this trend line. Can we redraw this? Actually redrawing it looks like it's already broken out, right? So there we go. So right there's the breakout from that really long-term trend line on really good volume over here. This would be, like I said, guys, this is kind of like a nice place to take longer term positions. This is a trading channel. I am a trader. At the same time, I like to make the most money I can make with the least amount of risk that I can take. That's kind of my approach. That's why we don't buy bottoms. That's why we wait for confirmations. That's why we look for volume patterns. We do things of that nature. When you see kind of massive possible bottoming in pretty much everything, this can be a good place to start putting on longer term positions in altcoins here. We've been talking about this for a while, and this is kind of the time to do that. I feel like, I feel like it. The fork has passed, plus we're getting these bottoming patterns. That's really the important part. We're getting the bottoming patterns. People have asked about Stratus at all kinds of levels of this downturn. Even right here, which was really recent with that, and I say, hey, you don't buy the first leg up, you wait for confirmation, and then you wait for it to go to take out a level. Well, this level was taken out, is happened to be taken out like yesterday at midnight or something. All right, so let me jump down a few here. Today's live stream can't be super long. I have a ton of stuff to do at work today. So Stellar here. Stellar having a really good move out of this kind of this big, large pennant pattern here. Huge move there. Pull back down. Good accumulation all the way around. A level was taken out right here, which would have been a good entry point. And yeah, so here we go. Stellar's running right now. Let's dive down to the 15-minute, kind of see what we're up to. Big topping candle there. Kind of a selling candle there. So there's some distribution in here. but you know, nothing too crazy. But overall, Stellar looks really good. Okay, let's see what everyone's talking about here. I've just been kind of going on my thing. Zen Cash. Oh man, that's, how did I miss that? When was this going back to? 1019. So yeah, this is a pretty nice pattern in Zencash. Looks like it tried to break out here. It looks like it failed a little bit. I'm not too concerned about it. There's kind of a trend line right there. Yeah, wait for it to get back above, or maybe if you want to buy at the lows, if this gets back down here. You know, we'll just kind of wait and see here. But it's kind of in the middle of this triangle here still. So give it a little bit of breathing space. Put some alerts out, then go about your day. ARK. Still choppy. Ugh, still chopping around. You know, ARK's been one of those coins. I know a lot of people like it. I kind of don't understand why, but I understand it's a platform coin, I believe. But price action wise, good volume here. Good volume on this pop out. You know, if you want to take this on its own merit, calling this the new phase of this next run, this is a form of a consolidation. Wait for that to be broken out on good volume before you enter anything like ARK. KNC Kyber. I don't see Kyber. KNC not pulling up. Sorry, buddy. Dillman. What's up, Dillman? Cyprus. Suzanne from Cyprus. How are you? Okay. Yeah, William says, get your friends and family into crypto, people. I recruited 2 this weekend to Coinbase for $2,500. That's pretty good. They didn't get a $10 deal out of that. Coinbase is pretty good. Training of you should really incorporate Binance charts. Yeah, is that what it is? They don't have Binance charts? Yeah. Mona. How did I forget about Mona? Yeah, let's go a little further down on my chart there. I'll just skim through here. Very nice action in Mona. Let's dig to the 2-hour chart. Maybe we'll dig down. Ethereum Euro. Yeah, I'll take a look at that. But you know, Ethereum Euro, Ethereum Dollar, they're probably all going to be very, very similar. So really good action over here on Mona Coin. Actually, we have a really nice trend line break happening right here. So there's your downward trend line. Not really a head and shoulders pattern. This is lower, but you have 3 dips lower, which is interesting. Then you have a nice breakout. So this is acting really well over here. Yeah, Mona, very interesting coin, pretty quality coin. Pretty good point for entry. Not too bad, actually. Upward potential of 70%. You know, maybe downward potential of 12%. So a little late for an entry, but looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Yeah, Suzanne mentioned Ethereum Euro. Just because it's weird. Yes, it's the same chart as the U.S. dollar. There's really no difference. Maybe you just missed my coverage of Ethereum earlier. So Ethereum has some nice accumulation bars happening in it. So over here, some nice accumulation. Here's some nice accumulation. Actually, on the euro, I don't get these bars. Oh, it's because we're in Kraken. It's a different exchange. I think the one I have is the one I look at is Coinbase. And Bitfinex is what I have on here. So yeah, so it's the same chart, but look at the volume here. Some nice volume to the upside here. This is a very nice volume signature on this low bar here. That's very nice. We go back to the dollar, and here you have, at least on Coinbase, you have this large volume spike, this large volume spike, this large volume spike. That's accumulation in Ethereum. That's just them buying a crap load of it and then not buying it again. They're kind of waiting for it to come back down, then they buy it again. You wait for it to come back down, then they buy it again. Can't really do... Oh, Walton Coin's on Coinigy. We can try it. Let's try it. Walton Coin. Interesting. Never really been able to pull it up. Okay, so that's an interesting kind of a bull flag there in Walton Coin. Not a lot of history here, at least on this particular one. Yeah, I was actually looking at it on CoinMarketCap earlier. It looks pretty good. Overall, it looks pretty good, but it is a line chart. I can't tell a lot by a line chart. Not a lot of detail, but Nice pop up, good accumulation over here. Although there's quite a few red bars over here that kind of dwarf this one. So, yeah, but if it breaks a level up here, it could have a nice run. ADX. Frederick, you got all the good coins, buddy. You should share them. So ADX, this is very pretty. Actually, I was looking at this earlier. This is looking nicer and nicer. Look at this nice symmetrical triangle. Look at this nice volume pattern. Nice pop. Nice volume volume dry up happening right here as we get a little further on in this flag. So this is very nice. This is very nice. Yeah, this was very nice in ADX. This could be tradable, just like this was tradable here. This could be tradable. Hopefully this move is more sustained though than this one was. As we know, the market was pretty choppy the past couple of weeks. So hopefully this is a more of a sustained move in ADX. And if you look longer term on ADX, I was doing this earlier. Oh, this isn't my chart. That's why it's not showing. But you have this trend line drawn right here, which we just broke out of, and this is the first consolidation out of the trend line. So again, wait for the break of this, and then that could be a good point for entry. So it's the same thing over and over again, right? You guys want to look for areas of accumulation, solid chart patterns, really good volume if you can get it, and then wait for confirmation and take positions. That's pretty much how this game works, everyone. How do I convince my dad to invest into cryptocurrencies? Well, that's going to be tough. I've got some people I've tried to convince, and I think everyone's just kind of scared of the unknown. A lot of people, yeah, let's look at IOP. A lot of people just don't invest. I mean, it's unknown. It's, just tell them that's a tough one. All you got to do is find a really good video on how Bitcoin is spectacular. Node Investor has a really good one on his channel that he talks about the valuation of the assets in the world and how it compares to cryptos. And it's a very good video. Maybe just have him watch that one. It's an excellent video. Yeah, Frederick mentioning VTC. This is Internet of People. IOP had a huge run right here, guys. We were waiting for this big flag breakout. Never happened because the market's crap. And now IOP right now looks like we have a trend line right there we can break, which would be very bullish for IOP if it broke that trend line. And I would almost wait for a break of that. If you want to trade this, maybe get in a little bit of it here if you really want to trade, because this appears to be the low of the pattern. Your risk down here is pretty low, like a 3 to 4% risk to the downside, and even to the upside of the recent highs is 15, 16, 18%. So that's like a 4 to 1 risk reward just buying right here. Doesn't mean it gets back up here. That's why it's a risk reward, okay? But it's trading. It is what it is. You have to take positions when they present themselves. Okay, both sides. All these altcoins are going to go back down. That is a possibility. That is a possibility. Like I said, so I say this all the time, right? You don't buy the first pop. I think this is the first pop in a very long-term market, right? This is the first pop. I think the bottom is in for many coins, and you're starting to see a lot of really good volume come into these things. So some could go back down, but some are going to go back up. Some are going to go back up. We've kind of weathered the storm a little bit here, and some are going to go down, some are going to go up. I really didn't mean to tell you that though. Vertcoin. And to that point too, altcoins have had this recent history of every pop being sold into, So that's what we want to see change. You want to see that change, and it may change slowly. It may change overnight. It's impossible to tell, but you have to wait. You have to wait for the pop to happen, and then for it to rest, and then continue higher. Okay, that's your continuation. Always wait for continuation. So you know what? I'm going to apologize to you guys right here, right now. Christian, we did IOTA. IOTA looks good. I'm going to apologize to you right now, and I'm going to apologize to myself. I have been really strapped for time lately to really dive into these crypto charts recently. I was in the past. I didn't have a lot going on. Now I have a lot going on. I mean, I'm really overwhelmed, guys. And Vertcoin the chart on Vertcoin kind of made me think of something a little bit earlier today when I was talking with Frederick. I come from the stock market right here. This is my world. Let me show you this. This is my world right here. This is what I live in, okay? I have positions right now in Proto Labs and Boeing. These are my two biggest positions. Oh, market's about to close in 2 minutes. How are my positions doing? Pretty good. So this is what I trade, okay? And what I do, and I'm not going to give you a crazy stock tutorial, so don't change the channel, but I want to show you my history, and this is my bias that I need to get over, okay? So, I can't change my thing. This is the world that I come from, right? Not a lot of spiky action. This is a weekly chart. This is a very long-term chart. But even if I go to the daily, I don't deal with spikes very well. You know, I see spiky action. This isn't really spiky action. These are just some pops here. But, you know, stocks are usually pretty orderly. Like this is pretty orderly. This is orderly. Pretty much all these are orderly. You get into cryptos and you get these huge spikes up that have these massive downdrafts. Like this is a 20-30% downdraft. This downdraft in here from this spike up is 30%. This spike up is about the same, 25%. So in my mind, I'm a little adverse to spikes like this. But what this is, and I didn't see it until earlier today, and this is why I'm apologizing, because oh, it's still in trading view? You didn't see the stocks? Is it only showing that? Oh, it's window capture. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know if I can change this on the fly. Anyway, let's do this. I'll look it up in trading view. Thanks for saying that. Let's look at Boeing. Boeing is one of my biggest holdings right now. Okay, so here's Boeing. Okay, this is not a spiky chart. That's what I was trying to get at. I mean, there's not a lot of spikes here, right? You have a spike up, but it's a really minuscule spike. Like this is like a 2%, 1% spike. This spike up here is like, you know, 1%, 2%. I don't really, my history and my trading has been in stocks, and I'm not used to that crazy spiky action. And what I was getting at is that I have to shift my bias. I have to shift my bias, and you guys have been pointing out Vertcoin for quite some time. That's the wrong one. And all these spikes in Vertcoin are all accumulation. And I didn't realize it until today. And you know, these runs are still, I'm still fairly new to this. I didn't catch the summer run, unfortunately. I came late. But look, this is accumulation, big spike and a rest. This is accumulation, big spike and a rest. And I need to shift my thinking to accommodate that, because, I mean, everything about this chart says good. And I know I was telling you guys this and that and the other thing. And some of you guys probably missed out on this large move in Vertcoin. And I got to apologize for that. You know, I'm a human being. I know some of you guys really look to me for advice and for guidance. And some people may not even trade unless I say one thing or the other, or if I say something bad about a coin, maybe you don't trade. But you shouldn't do that. No guy should be, no one really should be, you know, guiding everything that you do. You really need to make it your own. But anyway, I just didn't want to apologize, because this is a huge move, and if you guys missed out on this because of me, dude, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This was a good move. Nothing about this chart is really bad now that, you know, looking at it now. Anyway, there you go. There's my apologies. So, Boeing, pretty chart. You know what, man? It's a gorgeous chart. Let me show you why I bought Boeing. Talking about fun charts. I know I erased it, but let me show you why I bought Boeing. So if you ever see this in cryptocurrencies, man, it's crazy. So Boeing had this huge gap up, and this is just charting in general. This is Boeing. Keep in mind, this is a $100+ billion company. Boeing had this huge gap up over 2 days. This is a 4-hour chart. Let me go back to the daily. Boeing had this huge gap up, huge, on massive volume in Boeing. I mean, look at that volume, just insane. And then look at this very nice tight action. This is very tight action. This only went down 6% through this entire base. I bought pretty much right here underneath. I bought like right there. I had a very good entry on Boeing, and I was watching this thing curl up and volume starting to accumulate. This is what you're looking for in any chart. Cryptos, you know, and this is the other thing, guys. You guys are learning to trade. You don't have to stick to cryptocurrencies, okay? You're learning a skill set. You're not learning cryptos. You're learning to trade, okay? It's like programming. It's like if all you know is JavaScript and there's a job opening for for PHP, you're like, oh, but I only know JavaScript. Well, as soon as you get that job in PHP, you're going to realize that your learning curve has been reduced exponentially because you already know JavaScript. Okay, it's the same thing with trading. You know, you can't put these altcoins and these bitcoins in your IRA, your Roth IRA, your retirement accounts. So that's where the stock market really comes in handy. I've actually, with my new strategy in stocks, I've doubled this. I've over doubled my account. I'm actually up probably 130, 140% right now in the past like 7 months. You can't do that holding an IRA somewhere in mutual funds. You just can't do that. So, you know, you're learning a skill that can lead you to much bigger and better pastures. Not that cryptocurrencies are small and bad, but I'm just saying your trading skills can take you places. And don't ever close yourself off to a market for some reason. I mean, anyway, yeah, good action in Boeing. All right, what are you guys talking about? Yeah, VTC. Let's get back to VTC. BTC, a very clear bullish triangle. What are you referring to? What time frame, Frederick? Are you talking about like right here on VTC? So here's what I'll say about trading and stress, Mars Martian. If trading's very stressful, and don't get me wrong, I get stressed out too. Don't get me wrong. If trading's very stressful and things just seem unnatural, your trading strategy probably doesn't fit your personality type. Hey, what's up, Ian? How you doing, buddy? It's going pretty good. Your personality type is going to, you can't get over that. I mean, it's very difficult to get over who you are. And if how I trade is just completely averse to who you are, like we've had some guys that were hodlers and that just kind of, you know, ate up the chop. There's this one gentleman, I forget his name, but he was just yelling at me left and right for not hodling and stuff like that. That's not my personality. That's not my personality, so I don't do it. In the same way, trading's not in his personality, so he doesn't do it. You know, everyone's personality is different, and if trading is very stressful for you guys, you need to revisit your strategy, okay? What are you comfortable with? Are you comfortable only trading when you can see your money at work? Are you comfortable, you know, only trading over long periods of time because you're scared to miss out on huge runs? You know, you have to figure out who you are as a trader. And there's hundreds and thousands of different ways to trade. And you just got to find one that fits you. So, yes, Omise go. Frederick is correct. That is all. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, so Omise go looks pretty good here. On the daily, it looks a little lackluster, but this is your first big volume bar on the daily in quite some time. And 4 hours left in the day, so we'll get a little bit more volume in here. So we're going to get double average volume on this daily, which hasn't happened in quite some time. So that's really good. And like Frederick says, this could be good for long term. We're still under this trend line. We have this bottom in place. So, you know, lots of good things happening. Sherry, sucks to have a Roth. I love my Roth. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I did the calculations on my Roth just based on my principal without adding any more principal, and what I've actually I did this calculation earlier in the year before my big run up in my account. If I do 40% a year in my Roth, 40%. If you can't do 40% in trading as an individual, you need to work at it more, okay? Because I think it's fully possible. Don't let anyone tell you different. I'm 38 right now, and when I'm 65, I forget the age I did it at, but if I do 40% a year, it's $80 million. If I do 40% a year on average, it's $80 million. Say I suck really bad and I do 20% a year, it's still in the tens of millions of dollars. So, and that's going to be tax-free, so my Roth is good. NAV. Let's do NAV. All right, guys, a couple more minutes. Get your coins out there, a couple more minutes, and then I'm going to head out of here and do some work. On the daily, NavCoin looking pretty good. Have a nice kind of curve to the upside. Nice volume pop up here. Very good. Wish we didn't pull back down this deep, although the breakout point was kind of here, and all these closes have been higher. So, and looks like we're getting a little bit, hopefully this gets average volume today. That would be really good. Just doing some daily analysis. We'll dive down in a second. Not too bad. Okay, so yeah, a little bit more curling action here in Navcoin. Not really a curl, kind of a trend line, but higher lows in place, which is good. Not bad, not bad. Not my favorite coin, but great volume here, at least on the 2-hour chart. Go to the 4-hour chart. Yeah, still really good volume here on Nav. So there's been some accumulation. Not quite ready to run yet. You know, still could go sideways and chop out for a while. Ooh, Dillman, how long do I think the crypto bubble will last for? Do you want to make that the last thing we talk about? Because that could take a while. BitShares. BitShares? BTS. Lots of volume spikes to the downside. Ooh, not looking super healthy here. They're not getting a lot of volume accumulation. Does look like a bottom's been put in right here, but it is just down and out. It needs to prove itself to you that it can get above some prior level. I will say this: don't expect coins to redo moves like this overnight. I mean, I can see why you like this because it's a 1,500% mover if it goes back to old highs, but you know, these things can just go flat forever. And in cryptos, I mean weeks. so there you go. So Sherry, your account isn't moving. You know, you have to trade it. You have to figure something out. You know, a Roth IRA is something that you can direct yourself. You don't have to have a broker do it. I trade myself, and that's how it goes. Abe mentioned ETP. Always want to get you something there for Abe. Abe, I'm sorry I forget your name. You told it to me. I apologize. I really try to remember it, but I forgot. I'm sorry. You're one of my women here, so I try to get you guys, really help you guys out and keep you involved. Is Nadia in here? Are you in here, Nadia? ETP, not bad. Looks like it broke out of its ICO, which is pretty good. EVA, there you go. EVA. I'm going to have to remember that. It's okay. It's okay. Broke out from its ICO high on Bitfinex, which is nice. Consolidating could, you know, there's no real tradable event as of yet, but the fact it's broke out of its ICO high is a good thing. I don't get BQX, Christopher. Sorry about that. I've got a client calling me, so I will call them back. Okay. Call them back. I have something to do before I can talk with them. NXC. Nope. Better coins out there. NEBL. I don't have NEBL. Sorry there, buddy. So hottest charts? Yeah, we could do something like that. We could do something like that. I don't know if I can do it today. Vertcoin already discussed. Yeah, we talked about VTC. I actually apologize for VTC. Go back and redo the video if you want to watch that. But you know, it's had this large run. This is a climactic top right now. It is going to consolidate somewhat. You see these big spikes up. It's going to do something similar. I have a feeling it's going to kind of flatten out. But you know, wait for it to curl back up. All these kind of have, you know, a little. This has a nice curl to it. This has a nice curl to it, which preceded the subtrend. Hopefully, this continues, and maybe we get another curl to go back up. Diving down a little deeper in Vertcoin. So this is kind of a little cup with handle happening here. So I guess if it breaks over this 380 level, whatever this prior close was on this topping candle, that would probably be your buy point. Chart of the day, Frederick. I always like to look at what Frederick mentions. IOTA could be chart of the day. This is a very nice W pattern in IOTA. Very good accumulation patterns in IOTA. IOTA looking really good down here, just super good. Lisk as well on my list for charts of the day, or Lisk Bitcoin actually. Lisk USD looks kind of weird, but Lisk looking pretty good for chart of the day too. Just overall, this very nice W pattern, good volume on the right side. Same with IOTA. Same with IOTA. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you very much for joining me on the live stream. I appreciate it. Did I miss anything, Frederick? Give me a coin I missed, buddy. You've always got a good list of coins that I missed. Let me get some coins I missed before I get out of here. I know there's a couple good ones. Someone mentioned, oh, ADX. ADX is looking really good. I think we did talk about ADX breaking that trend line. Everyone gets mad when I don't mention these certain coins. Litecoin is average. Neo, we talked about Neo. We talked about Nexus. Ooh, what's up 100%? What are we missing on? Vcash. What? This just happened. Apparently, it's up 100% now. Missed that one. Yeah, I missed that one. So, Frederick up 100%. All right, what else we got? Whatever XDN is. I'll speculate about when to sell alts before S2X fork. I don't know if you would. You know, alts look like there's a bottom being put in here. I don't know if you sell your alts before the S2X fork. Yeah, it looks like just bottoming action all over the place. It's going to be difficult. I did talk Nexus, actually. We can look at it again. Yeah, so Nexus, good volume on the right side of the chart here. You know, it's pulling back pretty deep. I'm not a big fan of that particular part of this chart. Plus the fact that it's kind of down in the. Here, let me get some. There we go. Okay, yeah, so broke out of this. Kind of went below this low here, which I'm not super happy with, although it came back above it, so it could be okay. Not my favorite chart. There's lots of other ones out there. Yeah, it could be, Mars, that Bitcoin has another oversell and overbuy before the fork. You know, anything can happen, but Bitcoin is holding pretty strong still at 5,600, kind of at the lows of this move, which isn't super super happy. Doesn't make me feel good about that. Looks like we are in for some lower, for some more downside in Bitcoin, which may make the alts go higher. So Ripple again. So Ripple not looking too bad, but the only thing I can't get over the fact that you can fork your own, or you can basically grab a Ripple and you don't have to use it with XRP. I can't get over that. That's a fundamental flaw that is going to keep me out of the currency for quite some time. There's lots of coins to trade. Something that kind of has a fatal flaw like this, I don't really feel comfortable. I don't really feel comfortable investing in something like this at this moment in time. But overall, the chart looks okay. Not too bad. Not too great. Not too bad. Ooh, Bitcoin Gold on YB Pit. What's the price? $400. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Christian, you're welcome. No problem. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Have a good day. I will attempt to do a video today. I don't think I'll be able to, though. I don't think I'll be able to. I did one this morning. Hopefully that will suffice. All right, guys, I will see you guys later. Thank you for joining me on the Extreme Stream, and I'll see you around. Bye-bye.